So we can't do anything. Well, it basically just comes up, GTA 5 files cannot be downloaded, try to come back later. I've tried it. So yeah, for some odd reason, yeah, so for some odd reason it's not allowing us, allowing any of us to go online, so I'll have to play this. Like, my other friends are playing story mode and I'm playing director mode. I went off and then I came back. I wanted to try and see if that would work. Still has not. I've tried it on about 4 to 5 times to see if it was just a glitch or an error with the Rockstar. And it has not worked. So it must be something from, it must be them either trying and find a leaker or trying to or mod or someone. It must be something like that, because allowing no one on GTA, I think that's a bit extreme. Because maybe they don't have anything on this leaker or whoever it is. Because there was something, it was from Chaotic, a recent, well, GTA 5 YouTuber, saying there's been a confirmed nightclub DLC coming out. And the leaker, the main leaker was from Rockstar themselves. Oh, work at Rockstar, so if it's from Rockstar, they're probably either trying to take out that leaker or do something to try and take on mod or someone of that sort. Because the fact that GTA 5 is sort of dying, yeah, I agree myself, GTA 5 is dying, but Rockstar has not given up. Well, Rockstar, how can I say this, is not giving up on GTA 5, basically. Until Red Dead 2 comes out, I think that's when they're going to stop posting content, and slowly GTA 5 is going to die, but until then, I don't really care about people say GTA 5 is dead or fucking anything like that, because with all the recent DLC coming out, yeah, it's not dead. Like Doomsday, for in fact, loads of YouTubers played that, like Vanos, Wildcat, Ace Hilarious. So yeah, they don't think it's dead. And by the amount of people still playing it, they don't think it's dead either. Because many people thought it was dead. They play like PUBG or something like that. Yes, I play PUBG a bit, but as like I said, a bit. Yes, PUBG and GTA 5 are good games, but both of them are like dying. Well, yeah, both of them are dying. It's just that one's newer than the other one. And to be honest, I think that's the only time this would be good for is for like YouTubers like Jason out or do fucking mods and all that, because there's not like you can't go on GTA, so. But then there's also bringing out. So basically, how GTA 5 works is you can use mods on story mode, but not on online. if you use them online, you get instantly banned by the ban bot. Yeah, you heard me right, ban bot. Rockstar has created a dickhead ban bot that keeps on banning people for nothing. So there was this time just not too long ago, Pyram Gaming got banned. I don't know for what reason why, but he got banned. And many other people got banned as well, so they tried to contact Rockstar saying, how the hell have I got banned? I did nothing wrong. And this, whatever, and they just got texted back by the ban bot saying, all bans are final and there's nothing Rockstar can do about it. There has been cases, yes, where people have been cheated into bad sport lobbies and all that, but basically what I'm talking about is bad sport lobbies are basically people who keep on destroying cars of other people's and all that. People like hackers and all that. So GTA, COD, and Battlefront, like almost of these top ranking games have something where the hackers and all that go. Titanfall, it definitely is one of them, because if you mod while playing a thing, while playing GTA 5, but if I'm talking about Titanfall, they just put you into a session where other people, other modders are in and all that. But GTA 5 just bans you instantaneously because of the ban bot. So basically how it works is you can use mods on story mode, but as soon as you finish with the mod on story mode, delete it. Delete the mod, do something so it'll get out of your system, and then then you can enter GTA 5 online. But if you, let's just say you forgot to do it, you forgot to take out the mod, anywhere on GTA 5 online, let's just say I download the Armageddon mod, and you accidentally start causing Armageddon, Rockstar would be notified by the ban bot, and then the ban bot would be told to ban them or just kick them off GTA 5 online. So it has, most of these top ranking games have different ways to get rid of modders, but it's only GTA 5 that actually does really GTA 5 players benefit from it, because someone could easily just hack into Rockstar and just make that person go out of the bad sport lobby, or a certain player out of this bad sport lobby. So yeah, they could just go back into online, act as normal, and then just activate mods again. Well, and I gotta say this, people who have been hacked, or have got their account deleted by a modder or someone, you can easily just contact Rockstar and get your account back, because Rockstar has 2 files of your character. One is of course the one you're playing as right now, and then the normal one is of course the one that Rockstar has, and the one that Rockstar uses your account for and everything. Yeah, actually, no, I haven't just yet, Mum. Alright, wait a second. Yeah, so GTA 5 is different to other games. How can I say it? Because if you're using Call of Duty mods and all that, on like campaign, or if you're a full-blown modder online, you get put into a different lobby. Let's just say that. Unlike how in GTA 5, you just get insta banned. Insta. Seems the fact that people have been concerned about with modders, because of the fact that modders usually they never go off. So let's just say I was a modder and I'm playing online. I activate God mode and I kill you all the time. If I kill you and you report me for modding, Rockstar can take my account down, but I ban me from playing GTA 5. And then I could easily, let's just say I have a friend who's a hacker, tell him to hack into Rockstar, which would basically be like a death sentence because of the fact they've it's easy to track a hack. Cops have done it. How the hell do you think they found like terrorists in the past couple of years? They've hacked through the text messages into the freaking phone to tell where they are. And let's just say you're using, I don't know, like a burn phone. Burn phone's basically a phone that you contact someone with and then you are instantly afterwards you throw it away. Let's just say both people are using burn phones. It's untraceable unless someone else it's untraceable if two people at the same time are calling using a burn phone. It's unable to track. But if it's someone, let's just say I was calling, I don't know, Alice from the burn phone and he was using his normal phone, yeah, then that's traceable. And that's basically, well, they track it back to the main source. And that's basically how they do it with bank cards as well. They track from, like, they go into your bank deals and actually check when your last purchase. So yeah, it's easy to hack, yes. But if you're gonna hack like a big company like Rockstar, who's probably got a lot of fucking defenseware, or like defense hardware, as well as the fact that the white hat hackers are around. White hat hackers are different than hackers. Basically, they hack big companies like Facebook, Twitter, things like that, YouTube, and they get paid for it. Basically, they tell the big companies what their flaws are. What the flaws of the defences, what the flaws of whatever thing it is. So let's just say I hack Facebook, and I'm a white hat hacker. I tell Facebook what needs to be improved, what security needs to be upgraded. That's what basically Rockstar can do. They can tell someone to hack into them, and then they give them money for helping them. So yeah, big countries have been hacked. You've got to know that. Like, everything's hackable. Seems the fact that we're in the fucking 21st century. We use technology everywhere. But not only can we hack, we can also lead back the hack. FBI, CIA, some of them big companies have been hacked. But some of them have been traced back to the hacker and the hacker's been jailed for it. But it's different with white hackers though. I've got to tell you that. It's different with white hackers. Mum.
In the washing machine.
upstairs. Alright, we're good. So basically, think about watchdogs. You think about watchdogs, there's a sort of difference. So, watchdogs are basically about hacking. But that is bad hacking. If you think about white hat hackers, it's the opposite. White hat hackers hack big companies to tell what the flaws are, to make us, the users, feel more safe. And I'm not joking about that. Big companies take their privacy really big. Facebook being one of them. But the bad thing about Facebook is, let's just say you posted a picture you wanted to be taken off. It can be already sold online for something. Believe it or not. Because that's what Rockstar does. Or not Rockstar, Facebook does. Facebook sells their product, or whatever pictures they have, they put them on sale, and then that picture has been sold to a big company, or a company, for an ad or something. Like, you see like normal ads on like YouTube and all that, like child-friendly ads and child support ads and those. We've all ads. You have to admit you've either actually seen a car ad or something like that. You must have. Like cancer, for example, give, I don't know, like £2 a month to help with research from cancer or something. Or give text food or something like that to, I don't know, like 010 to give £3 to and help an innocent child in Africa fight malaria or get food. So basically, it's these like ads, that's being protected by white hat hackers. I could basically just let's just say I have a friend who's a hacker, but who doesn't hack for necessarily bad. They just hack for good, basically just. Like I just told you, white hat hackers. White hat hackers basically just hack for money. But this time, they don't proper hack bank accounts. They hack, they hack companies when they actually allow them to. Let's just say, I allow you to punch me in the face. That's basically me allowing you to do something. And there's basically nothing else left to do about that. It's either got to be someone trying to take it's either Rockstar trying to take out a modder or a cheater, or just them trying to fix some. Because there was a definite update coming out for trying to fix all the businesses. Because that came out from Chaotic as well as Mr. Boss for the win. As well from Pyram Gaming, another proper GTA 5 supporter. not supporter, just as in YouTuber, people who like keep on playing GTA. People say GTA 5's dead. I don't know, to be honest. If it were, because if you think of, I don't know, like Black Ops 2, for example, yeah, that people still play that. The fact it's a fun game. That's why me, Alice, Jack, and sometimes Mackenzie and all that play GTA, because it's fun. It's fun to try and work to get cash. It's fun to fucking play with friends on a game mode. But if there's anything I'd recommend playing, I recommend playing like races. Not only because the fact it improves your skill of driving, because if you know me from Sunderland, you'd know I have fucking terrible driving, because I could play a driving game and crash into every obstacle possible. I'm not joking. I was that terrible at driving from a young age. Okay, now I can't speak today. But since the fact I play like GTA and GTA 5's driving mechanic is I'm getting used to it, it's getting me sort of better at driving. And I cannot lie, like, it's like literally sometimes GTA 5 has helped me with something. It's like it helped me realise something like that I've actually never noticed before in real life. Or just the plain fact that I'm terrible at driving. Because that's always the one thing I played was either driving games or just Lego driving games. Because of course I was a young fucking age back then. I was in Sunderland, I was like fucking 6.5. I only started playing Call of Duty when I was like 7. And yes, there's been younger fucking people than me, aka one of the I can't even tell you how many young gamers there actually are in the world. I cannot tell you. Because there was fucking one that was actually 3 years old. And who started fucking like playing like, who literally started heading to big events like GameCon and all that. But he PAX East and all that, PAX West. I wonder how many PAX are actually like. Is like PAX East is PAX West. So is there a PAX South and a PAX North? And then there's like, oh, what do you call it now? I can't really remember the thing, but like, it's a game. No, it's not GameCon. It's like other big contributions like VidCon and all that, as well as the fact that it's the one from Britain. I can't remember it now. Jesus. For being a YouTuber, I'm fucking really dumb. I know that's not an insult. I've done fucking bigger insults. Done mega fucking big insults to my fucking self. You don't even know. I think it's like Omega 8 or something like that. I can't exactly remember the name. But a fucking a 3-year-old kid has been to all has been sent to all these places to play video games. Oh my god. Just imagine you were that kid and you were that famous for just playing like 1 or 2 games and being a pro at them. Hell, you can even play Call of Duty games now. That's how fucking good he is at a game. I am not joking. It is that. That's just mind-boggling that a freaking 3-year-old is a pro at a game, and he's like all these I bet you there's people like 100% complete games. I'm not one of those people. I just play games for the fun of it, and as soon as it's done I just go, it was a good game, but now I've completed it, now I don't really like it that much. One of them being like there was like literally tons in the past I used to play. Call of Duty was one of them. I'm not a big Easter egg person, but the one Easter egg I did get from Black Ops 3 was Raul Menendez. Yeah, because if you played if you played the campaign of COD Black Ops 3, you'd actually realise a reference from Black Ops 2, and then it's put in the 3. Basically, Raul Menendez in Black Ops 2, if you had never heard of him and you're only new to Black Ops, Raul Menendez was a terrorist, should I say? Well, Americans are so fucking crazy, fucking terrorists. It's fucking unbelief. Basically, if I go to America, I can't tell what a fucking terrorist is from what a fucking person wearing a fucking cap is. Let's just see a person without in the sandstorm and you're an American. Terrorist! And like you're in Egypt or something like that. And it's like a fucking during the sandstorm and the fucking Americans like just see the fucking person wearing a mask or something like that. Terrorist. But I get why America can't do anything to change it. Yeah, because if you don't know the rule of people think that terrorists is a massive fucking problem that should be eradicated from the world. To be honest, it is actually their fault that terrorists actually exist. Because if you don't know, the fucking Osama bin Laden and his people were being used by the Americans to fight the Russians in the Cold as well as World War II. Believe it or not. And if you think that's just the tip of the iceberg, trust me, it's not. They were using Osama bin Laden as basically just a meat shield, so while America would go fight the Japs and the freaking Germans at the time. Sorry if I was being racist there. But still, like, it was a fucking America's fault that terrorists exist. I'm not blaming America entirely, but they were training up terrorists, as we would call them, to fight the Russians. And that's just... And now what they're calling a terrorist could be freaking anyone. America doesn't even... if I go to America, I can't tell what a terrorist is. The only a terrorist I freaking know who's an actual terrorist is Osama bin Laden. People think Hitler's fucking bad. Alright, yes, he was bad. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, fucking killing millions of fucking people just for the fucking saying that I think just putting stuff and like just showing his options, like instead of expressing his opinion, he chose to do it in force, which then allowed Germany to be one of the powerfulest countries in the world today. I'm not saying that they're actually powerful as an attack force. Mainly now, that's the only thing they can actually do is counter-terrorist organisation or like intel gathering. But if Hitler didn't start that World War II, they would have still had like an army, so in case like Osama bin Laden was again in a different alternate universe, still bad, and the Cold War still happened and all that, blah blah blah. But I've got to say first, you Americans think you're like the best. Yes, in terms of nukes you are. You're even bigger than Russia, for Christ's sake. But there's things you don't have that other countries used to have. Britain being one of them. Because if you didn't know, before the World Wars and all that occurred, we controlled 1/4 of the percentage of the Earth's land. Yeah, you heard that right. Britain was a fucking dominant force that no one wanted to mess with. And for as small as country as we is, you'll be surprised yourself. I'm actually surprised that we took over 1/4 of the land of freaking our Earth. Now think, if the World War didn't happen, how far England would have expanded, or like everyone should have expanded, if the World War didn't happen and severely weakened us. We would have outgrown America fast if World War II and I didn't happen. Alright, so this is one thing I think we all need to change, like on our lives. Me, especially being one of them. Racism. Yes, I've had my few share terms of fucking a racist. Of being racist. And I'm not proud of them. Now, because the fact it could affect my life in the future. As in YouTuber and in real life, if I want to pursue YouTube as a job. If I pursue YouTube as a job, it could affect me, it could affect my channel, something like that. But the one thing that absolutely gets me is when they just say, like, you're being racist for the fun of it. Or, like, you make fun of a guy in a colour's skin. Basically what I'm talking about is, if you haven't heard, American cops are the flipping... They're more like... No. Like an American black guy just walks into a bar. And there's a cop outside. And he's like slightly fucking drunk. The cops would be... No. Alright. So if you were a white man and you heard this story, what would you do? So a pregnant black woman in America was wrestled to the ground by a white police officer in America. That fucking disgusts me. That a white woman was wrestled to the ground for no odd reason, just for the fact that a white woman said she was a freaking terrorist or something like that. That's just not funny. Being arrested and put a restraints on for doing absolutely nothing. And then another one, this black man, for no odd reason, was pulled over by, well, he he was evading arrest, alright? Yes, he was evading arrest, but when he got caught by the cops, he stopped. Alright, so you got pulled over by the cops, you tried to run, and you got pulled up, and you got stopped by the cops. Basically, what happened was, instead of the cop being absolutely, like, just putting him in, like, restraints and taking him into jail, do you wanna know what happened? The cop slung him onto his own fucking car's windshield. And you see, he was resisting arrest. After he was stopped resisting arrest. How the fucking hell does that make sense? Tell me, cops in America. Tell me how the fucking hell that makes sense in your country to allow a fucking man who came into your country just to be made fun of by Americans because of the colour of his skin. And I can't believe some people in that fucking school. They think it's funny to be racist. One of them being a person named Ben Ford. What do you call a person, a black man who goes to church? Holy shit. That's literally one of the jokes he says. But if you fucking don't think fucking racism is disgusting, you just think it's fucking funny. Like Amos Dixon does. Or if American sees a person who's a transgender. Yeah, because that's another thing that happens in fucking America. If you turn your fucking gender and just say you were born a male, but you want it to be a female. Boom. Instant fucking social fucking activity by Americans. And they say, no, right, this is one of the things that fucking always fucking gets me. And I don't know fucking why America does it. So if you say transgender, and you don't know he's a transgender, but he tells you, you're allowed to shoot him. What the fuck? It's just like me walking up a fucking guy and he's just saying, I bloody hate you. And we going to fucking shoot him in the skull. That makes absolutely no sense. One thing being, let's just say I walk into a gay person, and he says he's gay, but I don't know. At the time, I don't know he's gay until he says me, of course. Until he tells me, of course. In America, but except the fact that he's a transgender, pardon me, I can actually shoot him. What the fuck? I bet you $1 billion fucking dollars, Trevor wouldn't even do that. I bet you. There'd be no fact. I don't know how Americans get on with anyone. Whether it's the fucking skin colour, the fucking sexual fucking life, or anything. Jesus. No. People say that people have never heard of Obama. What the fuck are you? What the fuck have you been doing in your life? Because if you haven't heard of Obama, you must have not living through fucking 9/11. Or any fucking terrorist attack for that matter. Alright. So let's talk about their the Constitution. Basically, what allows them, what rules are allowed. Basically, one of them being Constitution thing 2, whatever. I don't know America. Alright, I'm not American. I'm British. Alright. So basically, in America, you can use anything to defend your home. And I mean anything. Because that's what the Constitution thought, so they just put anything to defend your home. Alright. The difference is, there were different times. People don't know this, but you have to stick to that rule. You can't change it because of the fact that the Constitution thought that is what the first the fathers thought. The fathers are basically the first people who found America and made America. So they thought they could use any weapon to defend their home, whether that be a tank, whether that be a fucking RPG, whether that be fucking anything. And that's the one thing that gets them in trouble, first off. Because the fact that the people who, I should say, terrorist walks into a gun store, buys an AK-47 or an LMG, for example. I don't know LMGs, but I just call them LMGs or MGs or whatever. So you just pick up an MG or whatever assault rifle they can find, buy it, purchase unbelievable rounds for it. Alright, so they buy rounds for it. Then they walk into a school and shoot civilians, like what that Florida kid did. Because the fact he got fucking kicked out from school, most probably, or had a mental ill problem. But do you know what Donald Trump does? He allows the mentally ill, something that Obama didn't want to have, to be allowed in America to buy guns. And then he just thought it was okay to blame the people who have probably done nothing wrong for being a fucking terrorist. Just for the fact they might have had PTSD or something like that. So a war veteran comes home, has PTSD. He's having a gun underneath his bed. The fact they don't feel safe. Or he doesn't feel safe, or anything like that. Then he has a nightmare about that same experience he had, I don't know, like 20 years ago. Boom! He grabs the gun and just starts shooting. He's mentally ill, he is. He's a terrorist, he is. And then just no one absolutely fucking cares. Yes, the family does care, but Donald Trump does not care what he fucking says. He's been fucking racist for a second off. Yes, I've been racist a couple of times, but I don't walk up to a black guy and say just you're fired because of the fact you didn't fucking sing the UK's national anthem. Oh, you didn't say fucking God Save the Queen. Alright, so let's just see a British person posts online. You support us on, I like the new pound or something like that. And an American goes on, women don't belong on money. The difference is that you're a fucking American and you're being slightly fucking sexist. And another thing I don't get, feminists. I don't know why the fuck feminists exist in the world, because the fact that feminists don't understand what fucking that is. So feminists basically think all men should die. If all men die, and that's the same for that's the literal same for the other sex. It doesn't matter if you're female or male. if you're a feminist and you want all men to die, it's going to happen to the opposite sex as well. All men die, women die as well, because of the fact they cannot be impregnated unless there's a she-male around. Basically, she-male is basically where the genetics goes wrong in like your mother and father, and you have the same things as a girl, but this time with a penis. Yeah, so basically they want all men to be eradicated from the earth, but if they have all men eradicated from the earth, it's basically the same for the opposite sex. There's like 3 billion fucking men in the world, and there's like 4 billion women. To be honest, like this fucking. So yes, there is a problem with fucking feminists. But the second fucking of all men die, it's gonna be the fucking same. The same outcome will happen with the fucking women. Nothing would help that. You have to admit, not fucking just one girl or one fucking she-male can impregnate an entire 4 million or around about fucking like 6 to 10 fucking she-male, or fucking give birth to fucking around like 7 billion more people. Because then there's gonna be a problem. One of that being famine. And let's just say you destroy the able minds of like smart people, like one of them being Albert Einstein. Stephen Hawking has actually saved us and could probably kill us at the same time. Because if you don't move off this planet within the next like 4 billion years, and may I also just add, the fucking planet has been awake, like, the entire universe has been awake for like 4 billion, or abouts. Our sun, of course, will fucking be destroyed and cause a supernova in 4 billion years' time. So basically, we have 4 billion years to get off this planet. And if we don't get off this planet, boom, we all die. Because of the fact that supernova, well, our shielding and our planet won't stand up to the gamma rays of the sun exploding. Gamma rays are basically just like radioactive waves, but mega powerful. Gamma waves are like massive waves of radioactivity, which get basically, if you think of a nuclear bomb, all that power is reduced to one blast, while in a radioactive is in a couple of blasts. The primary blast will destroy our power systems, all that down, and then our defense system will also go down. I'm not talking about like fucking SAS and all that. I'm talking about defense that keep all the fucking biological, chemical, and nuclear weapons. No weapons, basically, just deadly chemicals that from our sun. So if our planet dies, basically, we all die with it. Oh, damn it. So basically, if we go down, if our defense system from our sun goes down, we all go down. Because there would be nothing left to defend us. And might you just add, you think that fucking bulletproof bunk or the fucking nuclear fucking safe bunker is safe? Nah. The entire world will be destroyed, mate. You think that fucking little defense fucking system would help you? Nah. And might I just add, people who want to spoil the world, one of them probably can be America or Donald Trump, for that matter, have very smart lawyers. So moving off of chemical and biological disasters that can happen, and moving on to weapons. Basically, all these things have been set up in the Cold War, waiting for another war to happen so they can be used. What I'm talking about is nuclear, biological, and chemical weapons. But I said, some people have smart lawyers, and some of those smart lawyers find faults within the sheet of paper. One of them being chemical, biological, and chemical weapons. So any other weapon, like metal rods, for example, or I don't know, I'm trying to think of one. Metal rods, lasers, more things like that. So basically, if you wanted to, you could make a fucking laser Death Star on the a lunar Death Star on the moon, and you could kill the entire world, and your lawyer could fucking go, and you could get away with it. First off, because the fact there's gonna be no lawyers left on the fucking planet. Second off, there's loopholes. Like I said, there's loopholes within the thing. Within the sheet of paper that was made in the 60s that doesn't allow chemical, biological, and nuclear weapons to be launched in our atmosphere on other celestial bodies. On other celestial bodies. And, yeah. So basically, celestial bodies are basically like the lunar moon, or the moon, Titan, Mercury, and like any planet in our solar system can be used as a weapon. When you think about it, that's kind of bad, because Donald Trump could easily just buy a couple of fucking metal rods. And if you don't know, what I mean by metal rods is the rod system from COD Ghost. If you haven't played COD Ghost, because of the fact that you thought it was shared, you should have thought about it, mate. Because there is going to be something now hanging over your head that you could not know about, or that Donald Trump could create to fucking do something. To do something to cause mass destruction over the planet. Rod systems are basically just like Thor, Project Thor. And if you didn't know, if you haven't played COD Ghost, the rod system in that is called Odin. If you haven't watched Avengers films, you would know that Odin, well, if you have, if you would have heard that Odin is the father of Thor. But then the only difference is that one's from a game and one's not from a game. Alright, so basically, now let's talk about the rods. Basically, they consist of a small little like rod shapes. And the rod shapes, may I just add, affect the speed. Because if you haven't like done that science lesson yet, basically there's a gravity on everything. Gravity pulls on everything, and air resistance as well. Air resistance is a thing that you should see if you have skydived before. You feel that breeze coming down like to hit you, or hitting like you when you're falling down to the world. And if you, as you see, it's most likely impossible that you'd be able to shoot down just by yourself, unless you were God, right? That would be the only way you'd save the planet from ultimate destruction. Because if you haven't seen it, COD Ghosts rod system is vastly more powerful than just a normal thing that just goes around. What I mean is, you could fire at something anywhere, anytime, without anyone knowing, because of the fact it comes down so fast. Mach 10 is, well, Mach 1 is at the speed of sound. Alright, so Mach 10 is 10 times the speed of sound. 10 times the speed of sound, which is about 30,000 miles per hour. Who can shoot that thing out of the sky? No one, unless you're fucking Jesus. And you've been unless you're a unless you're a part of fucking thieves, and you fucking have the fucking best shot. That's the only time you'll be able to do this. Alright, I'm gonna see if online is fucking working. Yep. No, let's retry. And this has just not been happening to me. This has probably been happening for the entire GTA 5 lobby. Yep. Retry again. I'm gonna try and contact the customer services. Siri, open Safari and go Rockstar. Support Rockstar.games. Fucking hell, I could find. Ah, shit, I fucking picked it. within this, try to go on this. Rockstar support.
Here's what I found on the web for rock.
I think I found the reason why. It was just updated. Which either means they are trying to do something, I gotta share this news. Alright. There's a PC, PS4, Xbox, the Social Club, the PS3, as well as the Xbox 360 have all just been updated right now. So, oh no, it happened at 3 dot dot 36 dot dot 00. So basically 3:30 we got updated. And that's fucked up the servers. So that's why it says can't find the fucking servers. So look, I'm going in to choose my character. Rockstar servers can't be found. So it has to be with the update. Or something like that. So tomorrow it will probably be back up and working. I'm saying tomorrow because hopefully it will. Because I need to try to get $950,000. and I shouldn't be going upstairs. No, we don't have you. Yeah, I'm poor right now. With Franklin, of course.
Hello, this is 911. What emergency service do you require? Thank you. Police officers are en route to your current location.
Alright.
Right. I'm coming on now, alright? Is GT working now?
No. I found out why though. I sent you a photo.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh, I said like about social club and that.
It's just about how they